video, we're going to have a look at that sort of backbeat jig strumming pattern that you just heard. This is one of the most common jig strumming patterns that you're going to hear in a session or on an album even, or things like that. So it's a pattern that's really nice to use if you are maybe on the second or third time through a tune and you want to mix up the strumming pattern that you're playing, but you don't want to take it too far away from your original just straight down, up sort of pattern. So the pattern is going to go like this. Down, up, down, mute, up, down, down, up, down, mute, up, down, down, up, down, mute, up, down, down, up, down, mute, up, down. Now when I'm playing that mute at a higher tempo, I'm going to be muting with my left hand, so I'm going to be releasing my fingers off the strings and letting, you know, the second finger here mute all the strings up to the B, and then the third finger and the little finger are muting the B and E. But I'm also going to be incorporating a palm mute, and that's something I've talked about quite a lot on the channel when it comes to Celtic guitar playing. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking this part of my hand here, and as I'm strumming a downstroke, I'm going to be hitting it into the bottom three strings. And all that's going to do is that's going to give you a much cleaner mute if you pair the two hand mute techniques together. Another thing to remember just before we try this pattern together is when I'm doing a downstroke, I'm strumming just the bottom 3 or 4 strings, and on upstroke, I'm just strumming the top 3 or 4 strings, and that's going to make it much easier to play patterns like this instead of playing the full 6 strings at once. So let's try that pattern together now. We're going to take a G chord, and we're going to start off at a slower tempo, and we're going to build it up to a similar speed to what I was playing in the beginning of the video. So next time you're backing somebody playing a jig, I would suggest starting off with your standard down, up pattern, and then going into this sort of backbeat pattern that we just learned on the second or third time through the tune. And it's going to mean that you're still going to have the same sort of energy that you started off with, but it's just going to give a nice little bit of variety for your backing of playing jigs in general. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.